We're making invitations and other event things using an app that makes apps for you. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here. Welcome to iPad 365, the show where we look at apps to keep your iPad aplay. We're going to be looking at this app. It's called Yap. Yap with a Y. That's my Y. No, that's actually Y in sign language, but that's my Y. Yap. And we're going to do that. But first of all, I want to let you know, hey, Twitter handle is iPad365. The email address is iPad365show@gmail.com. Feel free to email me and say, hey, I got an application I want you to take a look at. I want you to talk about on the show. I'll take a look at it, and if it works, we'll work out a deal, We'll go with Vinny and take care of things, All right, let's take a look at this application. This is actually an iPhone application. And like I say, I don't normally talk about iPhone applications for iPad, but when they actually do things to make it look and feel and work really well on an iPad, then I put some consideration into it and actually talk about it. And that's why I decided to talk about Yap. Andy McCaskey created one for our CES travels for TPN over at tpn.tv. And if you don't know, I go out to CES every single year, and we do a whole bunch of interviews, and we do the live stream for 24 hours, 8, and 8 for 3 days. And we have a lot of fun with it, and you get a lot of content out to you. But one thing about it is we didn't have any type of application for our iPads, for our iPhones, to let people know that we're coming out there. That's where Yap comes in. It's an invitation application maker. So it's not meant for you to create your Geekazine app or your website app or anything like that, although you can do it. Here's how it works. You need a PC or a Mac to log in and actually create the ending app that's going to be in the YAPPBox. You download the application. It's called YAPPBox, and it's the iPhone application. So you actually, when you go into the App Store, you type in YAPPBox, and then you got to choose for iPhone, not for iPad, and then download it from there. So on your PC, what you do is you create your application. They give you themes. They give you pages that you can add. You can add a few pages to it. You can remove everything and just have one page to it, and have the app ready. You fill in the information, put in pictures, put in websites, put in locations, times, dates, so on and so forth. Once you're done working on the PC, you then move to your iPad. You're given what's called a Yap ID, YAPP ID, and that's what you tell friends. Hey, download the application, use this Yap ID, and you'll get to Geekazine. Like, for instance, I have Geekazine right here, and you put in the Yap ID. We'll go back to YAPPBox here really quick. You hit the plus button, you enter in your Yap ID. Mine was, and I'll have this application Yap ID in the show notes. It's like 5HV, it's 5-character ID. So anyway, you put in your email address, and you put in your App ID, and then go from there. So we put in Geekazines. So now here's Geekazine's app. As you can see, you have the front of the application, which has my picture in a nice sunburst mode, and then it flips around and it shows you Geekazine.com, website Geekazine.com. Come on down to Geekazine.com. We got a schedule here, which one of my episodes of Geek Smack is going to be happening on November 27th. We can click on that and find out, hey, it's going to happen November 27th at Geekazine.com, episode 245 of Geek Smack. So we go back to the schedule, and here's my CES one. It says Tuesday, January 8th. That's when it starts. Las Vegas Convention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. Put in all the details there. Now, this is perfect for like a wedding or something like that, or a party or anything like that. If you need to get the message out, you can put it onto an iPhone app instead of having it on an email, which people end up losing, instead of putting it anywhere else that people end up losing. They have that Yap ID. They can just have it in their YAPPBox. They collect those IDs and then go straight to the app inside the app. So anyway, we have the schedule. We can throw in some pictures, and you can add pictures as time goes by. Can't seem to add any pictures from the device, from the iPad or the iPhone. It seems that you got to go to the computer and add it manually. It would be really nice if I could take a picture and then add it right here, right from the iPad. But Right now, you can't do that. Maybe that's a feature down the road. What they do have is a news feed, so you can put in your Twitter handle, you can put in a Twitter hashtag, you can put in multiple Twitter handles and get more information. Like, for instance, I have Geekazine, I have Dorkazine, How to Record Podcasts, Twitter, which is Record a Podcast, iPad 365, of course, is all in here. And as the feed continues and new posts come in, it'll show up on this feed. So that's pretty cool. Now, as I said, this is an iPhone app for iPad. So it's mostly in the portrait, but when you can go to landscape and you can read it and it looks like it's in a Retina display format, I'm really happy about these apps because they should still be converted to an iPad, but they're usable through the iPad, especially in a landscape display, which is one of the peeves that I have on iPad apps, unless there's a specific reason that it should be in portrait mode. Once again, the name of the app is called Yapp, Y-A-P-P. You got to find it on the iPhone side of the App Store. Absolutely free to create your own apps and absolutely free to send to your friends and have them download, so check it out. And that's this episode of iPad 365. What do you think? Did you like Yapp? Is it something that you'll actually use? Will you create some invitation cards and stuff like that? Put it on Yapp, send it out to your friends that have an iPhone. Not sure if they have an Android version of it just yet, but if most people that have an iPhone will be able to get the invitations and send them out from there. If you've got an application that you want me to show off over on iPad 365, or if you want to just say hi and let me know you're out there, feel free to Twitter me over at iPad 365. Of course, friend me on iPad 365. And then, of course, iPad365show@gmail.com. We do have a Facebook page, too. Just type in iPad 365 and you'll find it right there. All right, we will be back on Monday. Of course, next week is Thanksgiving. We're going to have one episode next week, and that episode is the Black Friday apps of 2013. We did this last year. We're going to do it again this year. We're going to highlight all the Black Friday apps that I can find. So if you know of any, just let me know. Twitter me over at iPad 365, and we'll put them into the show for next week. We'll do that next week when it will be another episode of iPad 365. My name is Jeffrey Powers. Thanks a lot for watching, and you guys geek out. You should follow Graphite on Twitter at GraphiteINC.